So much has been said about the Depression that I made up my mind some time ago to start out for myself and find out if all the many things I had heard about it were true. In the past few weeks, I've been in some 65 cities throughout this country and have talked with 122 prominent persons. Everyone practically from Al Capone down to Mr. Hoover, and great numbers of persons in all walks of life: capitalists, industrialists, politicians, the laboring man, people heading the Communist Party, and of course the man in the street. I've come to the conclusion that things are a great deal worse in the country generally than people seem to believe. Of course, it's foolish to say that the situation is simply nationwide. It is worldwide, and we know it. But the thing is to find out what sort of cure we can achieve to get ourselves out of the present rut we're falling into. Everyone has ideas. All the people I've talked with seem to have a different solution to the problem. So much has been said about this depression generally that I made up my mind some time ago that I'd find out for myself just how bad things really were. And in the past several weeks, I've been traveling through a number of cities, in fact 65 of them, and I've been talking with 122 prominent people in the day's news everywhere. I visited Al Capone in Chicago. I went to the White House. I went to Northampton. I saw many leaders of national prominence in Detroit, in the industrial cities of Michigan, New England, throughout the South, the Midwest, the Far West, way up even into the Northwest. And I found things generally a good deal worse than I had been told they were. I found the situation not only throughout the United States in a very bad condition, but throughout the world. It's a world situation. There seems to be chaos everywhere. Generally speaking, everybody seems to be in a terrific state of affairs. No one has any definite cure or solution. In my travels, I find there are between 4 and 10 million people unemployed in this country at the present time. Probably closer to the latter. We have a hard winter ahead of us. We have terrific conditions of hunger and starvation. There's possibility of a national famine. Something has got to be done, and done quickly. If it isn't done, just as sure as I'm standing here and talking to you, I tell you we are going to be on the verge of social revolution. I'm not talking through my hat. I'm not an alarmist. I'm not trying to put over any theory. I'm just telling you what I find throughout the United States in this recent tour. In my travels, I find there are between 6 and 10 million people unemployed in the United States at the present time. We have a hard winter facing us. We have got to feed, clothe, and take care of millions of people every day for the next several months. This, of course, isn't solving the general problem, but it is at least taking care of things through the winter. If we don't do it, if Congress doesn't make some sort of an appropriation, if things are not done to help these people and to keep them from starvation, from famine that's facing them, I tell you just as sure as I am standing here that we face revolution in this country. I am not an alarmist. I am not theorizing. I am telling you, I'm giving you the benefit of my experience in talking with people and in traveling throughout these United States. This is the time for the great minds of the world to get together and do a little planning for civilization. Big people, big minds, must do something for the masses. If they don't, we're faced with one of three things. Either we revert to the principles taught us by George Washington, or we have a dictator similar to Mussolini. And if neither one of these... Okay, anyway. This is the time for the great minds of civilization to get together and do a little world planning for the masses. If they don't, I tell you, we shall have to revert back to the principles taught us by George Washington, or be faced with a dictatorship such as Mussolini in Italy. And if not that, then I repeat again, we stand on the verge of world revolution and will find ourselves in the hands of someone such as Lenin in Soviet Russia. Thank you.